This is the Vivo V25e and it has a few tricks up its sleeves. Yeah, it reacts to UV light and changes color, but that's not all. The V25e is one of Vivo's latest addition to the V series, launching officially in Nigeria alongside the V25 5G. It is looking like a solid upgrade from the V23e. This will retail for around 199,900 naira, and for that price you have a good looking device sporting Mediatek's new 6nm Helio G99 processor packed with 8GB of base RAM and some more interesting specifications which we'll explore as we proceed. First off, the box. Typical unboxing experience, I'd say, packing all essential accessories with the device, including a 44W fast charger which boasts really fast charging speeds and can power the device from 0 to well over 50% within 30 minutes. Aside the essential accessories, we also get a USB-C to 3.5mm cable, which you'll be needing to use the earphones that comes in the box since the V25e does not have a headphone jack. It comes with a dual hybrid SIM slot, so it can either take 2 nano SIM cards or a single nano SIM and 1 micro SD card. You can't have both. The Vivo V25e comes in just 2 colors, diamond black and sunrise gold, which is the unit I have here, and it's also the one that reacts to UV light. The color looks pretty good and you could say standard, at least until you take it outdoors or expose it to UV light. You can see it change in real time, and when fully toned it has this lovely orange color, or should I call it a more attractive shade of sunrise gold. But that's actually not all. Due to its color changing nature, you can actually have its color adapt to any shape or art you choose. By placing a shape or pattern on it to block parts of the rail when exposed to UV light, it takes the form of whatever you've placed on it. Now, this is the coolest part of the design. It will fade after a while though, but surely you can flex this on your friends. But let's not dwell too much on this particular feature. There's more to the Vivo V25e. It has solid build quality with a flat design profile. It gets glass on both the display and rear. The rear glass has a really nice matte textured finish which is smudge resistant and also feels scratch resistant. The frame is flat and also has a matte finish which makes for easy grip. The camera bump is slightly elevated and hosts a triple camera setup, but with dual rings which is also slightly elevated from the bump. All buttons and ports are placed in their conventional position with the SIM slot at the bottom frame. There's only a single button firing mono speaker which is actually loud and decent, but I'm sure like me most would have preferred stereo speakers. On the display side of things, we see the same specifications as its predecessor, sporting a 6.4-inch 1080p AMOLED display with a U-style notch. It is a vibrant AMOLED display with really good quality and gets really bright up to 1300 nits. It has 90Hz refresh rate which I'll say makes for smooth experience when it comes to scrolling and animations. The fingerprint scanner on the V25e is on the display. I've had no issues using it as it has been responsive and accurate most of the time. On software we get Android 12 and Phone Touch OS 12. Vivo is one of the very few smartphone manufacturers who have properly implemented Material U with their custom OS. We get wallpaper theming and some nice customizations in addition to all the extra features of Phone Touch OS. The Vivo V25 comes packed with 8GB of RAM and is extendable by an additional 8GB via RAM+. The Mediatek Helio G99 powering this device is a more efficient version of the G96 on its predecessor, as it's on a 6nm process, has better battery optimization and also gets higher CPU frequency. However, it sports the same Mali G57 GPU. It has pretty impressive benchmark scores and has the performance to match for the most part. Sadly, it does not support 5G. You'll have to get the V25 5G for that one. Been using this for almost a week and I'll say multitasking and the overall user experience has been satisfactory. For gaming, the experience is decent, playing high graphics titles at medium graphics settings and consistent frame rates. You can play Call of Duty Mobile at medium graphics and high frame rates with no noticeable lags or heating concerns. With Apex Legends, I was able to get consistent 40 frames per second while playing at HD graphics and high frame rates. You can go as high as Ultra HD graphics. I've not put this through much gaming tests though, but I'd say you should have no problems with it as far as gaming is concerned. Time will tell how consistent it remains when it's heavily used. The battery life on the V25e is pretty solid and will get you at least a day of use on a full charge. It's a 4500 mAh capacity and its 44W charger is there if you need a quick boost. Now the cameras on the Vivo V25e has seen an upgrade, particularly on the main camera with the addition of OIS to its 64MP camera. Unlike the V23e, there is no ultra-wide camera, rather we get a 2MP macro and depth sensor. The selfie camera is 32MP. The V25e takes good photos from its rear cameras and does pretty decent on dynamic range. Pictures come out great, though sometimes with human subjects you may need to take a couple more shots to get the best, as it sometimes comes out overexposed. You get good background blur on closer subjects. On the selfie camera, depending on how you like your photos, you might want to disable the beauty filter, as that is enabled by default. Personally, I prefer my photos sharp and with more detail. It does decent for nighttime shots. For videos, the V25e can shoot 1080p 60fps from its rear camera, and on the selfie camera, it maxes at 1080p 30fps. Video looks good and it does a decent job with the optical image stabilization. The Vivo V25e, in my experience, is a solid device with not just great design but also great specifications, and I'll say fit for its price. Stereo speakers and a higher refresh rate at 120Hz would have been a nice addition. Got questions about the Vivo V25e? Let's interact in the comment section. Peace out.